Alright guys, today I'm feeling quite chipper, and the reason for that is today we are going to replace these old crappy junky fenders with some brand new 13 gauge origami fenders. Welcome back everyone, and for those of you that don't know me, I am the one and only infamous Kentucky Yankee. And the reason I said we are going to make origami fenders today is because I have this piece of metal right here, and it is already bent up, started to be bent up into the shape we need. And I'm going to fold this piece of metal up just like you would make a paper origami bird. I'm going to fold it up and we're going to make a trailer fender out of it. I want to start by giving you guys the measurements here. And the measurements are, this is 12 inches, this is 10 inches, this is 2 inches. So you need a 2-foot wide sheet, and it needs to be about 8 feet long, 96 inches. And mine was just under it, so I, divided it out a little bit. But the center, I found my center point, and then I did 22 inches on both sides. So I got a 44-inch section here. Then I got 11.5-inch section here. And then again, I was a little short, so it's 14.5 on both sides. That was left over. So if you had 15 on both sides or whatever, it doesn't really matter. A little bit of difference there is all. So this is the second step, and the first step I forgot to mention. I had this bent up, this part that you saw at the beginning at the machine shop. So this is the next step, and what I did was down here I cut this completely out, right down through there, so this is loose. This is loose from it, as you can see, and then these on the top I cut out like that. So now these next lines right here, these two, they're going to be done with a grinder, like a, don't go all the way through, but just grind down there through them. Then we'll be able to fold these two pieces over, make them into the shape of a fender. I should also mention it was much easier with the cutoff wheel than it was using the Sawzall. And you could use a plasma cutter, a torch, or anything. I don't think it matters as long as you do a good, clean, straight job. So here's some helpful tips when you're doing this part. I put that wood there, that way you can get all the way to the edge there. And again, I'm using a little cutoff wheel to run down through there. This edge is difficult to get to, so you take your Sawzall. I'll demonstrate that. Take a Sawzall from this side, go down, don't cut all the way through. But if you guys do get through a little bit, it's no big deal, because you're going to weld it from the inside anyways. Also, a little cutoff wheel like this on a die grinder helps. What I've done here is marked it at about approximately a 30-degree angle. That way we'll know how far we need to go to bend this up. And now the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's see what happens. Easy. Easy. And now this section right here has to be bent at a 30-degree angle. The same 30-degree angle as right here. So this is where we're at, guys. I got it all bent up. And before we go any further, I want to make sure it's going to fit good on the trailer. Let me show you real quick what I mean. So what I need to do now is remove this old fender, get it off of there, and then fit this new one up against these angle irons on both sides. Trailer build's still going strong, which means the license plate giveaway you are still eligible for. If you haven't registered for the license plate giveaway, That's okay, you don't have to register. All you have to do is hit the like button, leave a comment, and you could win this authentic Kentucky trailer license plate. So here we are, and I had to play with the angle a little bit of this on both sides. It's not a 30-degree angle. I was wrong. I miscalculated. Whatever. I trimmed this up down here so that it would fit onto the trailer. I did that on both sides. Got rid of that floppy metal and trimmed them two sides, the lower part, so it would fit on the trailer. All of the old welds have been removed and cleaned up. And I clamped that 2x4 there. That way we could just set that fender down in place, do our adjustments, and tack everything up nice. So here it is all mocked up, a front view. You know, I never heard that word mocked up until, what's that, Orange County Chopper was saying it. That's the first time I ever heard it in my life. Anyways, it fit pretty good. Look, nice and tight against those angle iron. And both sides look good. So next, I need to just trim all this stuff off here and nip these out and weld everything up solid. And we will go from there. This is one of the angles right here that I welded up the flap, and I just thought maybe I would demonstrate how I did that. Here's another one. Let me go ahead and just demonstrate one for you. First thing I'm doing is following this bottom part, and it's cut like an angle like that, and I just snip her off with a cut-off wheel here. We want these two nice and even. I just tap it up. Next, I'm going to flip this over and weld this back side right here, and then we'll weld the top of the front. And that's all there is to that. And we're not done. I'm still going to grind all this down and make it look real nice. Don't get confused. Make sure you match both sides. You know, the angles, cut them the same way so they look nice. All right, guys, so yeah, just a random statement here. I miss the old days. I miss the mud mower days, being a jerk, acting like a jerk in the shop all day, CW and I drinking beer, having fun. And now I'm all serious and growed up, and it just kind of sucks. This part here I trimmed off with a plasma cutter from the inside because this needs to come on up to this edge right here. You know, this bottom needs to come up because it was folded over it. So that's why I cut it with a plasma cutter. Let's see if she'll break off there. Hold on, I'll set you guys up. So there you go. If you needed to see that, you saw it. So again, we're welding it inside and out. And the reason for that is just so that we don't have a bunch of little pit holes and pinholes and stuff like that when I grind all these welds real nice and smooth, because I want them to be nice and slick. Something I failed to tell you if you're making origami fenders is you'll have to weld this little piece in here. And why there's two strips in there? Because I'm going blind and I couldn't see the dang crack. But the reason is because, see, you have to have this all the way down through there on both sides. The last thing I need to weld before I grind everything down are these right here on both sides. And the reason I waited till last on those is because I didn't want it drawing the fender in, making it smaller, and so it wouldn't fit in between our two angle irons on the trailer. So next, smooth it out with this flapper disc. We'll make it real smooth, nice and pretty. All finished up, and that is as far as I am concerned. There's guys out there that would polish this thing a whole lot more than me, and there's other guys out there who would just weld it and not bother grinding the welds down at all. Either way is fine. Do whatever makes you happy. I've cut these two pieces here, and I cut this notch out, and this is going to go here. That's a 1/4 inch plate. This is a 1/4 inch. This is gonna go there, and it'll make a nice little brace there. And also we can add like a, what do they call them, a D ring or something if we need it to strap stuff down somewhere here, wherever we want to. This notch is cut out so I can weld this directly to the tubing and then to this also. Make it a little stronger. What I need to do before I mount this fender up here with those braces and everything is clean up all this rust and get that primed and painted, that and the back side of the fender. Unfortunately, guys, you're going to miss out on this, the most boring part of this whole project, because I'm not going to film it. And bam, just like that, she's done. All primed up, painted up, welded the plate underneath there that I was showing you earlier. This too is all cleaned up, painted, and ready to go. I got a couple runs here though. I don't know what I need to do about that. I'd probably just leave them. I think I'll just leave those. And there we go, one side done. And she's welded in there, cooked in there solid. Looking good. And the brace underneath, as you guys know. And the reason for that again is you could put a D ring up there or something if you needed to. For now I probably won't, but you could. But there you go. This fender's complete. Now all I need to do is the other side, which you will not see me do. You saw one, you don't need to see two. The reasons for having to build my own fenders instead of just buying those cheap crappy ones is because these are twice as thick, at least twice as thick. I can't remember exactly. They're 10 inches wide, and most of the fenders you buy are only 9 inches wide. I like that, a little bit more coverage. They look really cool in my opinion. They're going to be a lot stronger. Not only that, but the cost. I only have, honestly guys, I probably only have like $120 in these things. The metal, the weight of them, they're heavy but not that heavy. They're probably 70 pounds each, so that's not bad. You're also probably wondering, what about the paint? Hey Kentuck, why do you making such a mess of this paint, just painting the back side? Aren't you going to paint, the rest of the fender? I'm going to say this. I am thoroughly enjoying myself with this trailer project. What started out to be just a few repairs has turned out to be a full restoration. So this thing's going to get a full facelift, including a paint job, guess what color, leave it in the comments below, and polished aluminum wheels. So many videos I've made, guys, you've watched me struggle through the whole thing. A lot of times my thumbnail will be like, fail, fail, fail. this project was awesome. Everything went together smoothly, easily. It was fun to do. A guy who knew what he was doing could probably build 2 of these fenders in one day. This turned out to be a really fun project for me. Again, I'm enjoying myself. There'll be more videos on this trailer. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment below, and we'll see you next time, guys.